Hi everyone. I want to share with you something that's been really helping me in my writing practice and in my life over the last year that I hope helps you as much as it has helped me. I have been keeping a handwritten diary for over 30 years now, since I was 14, and it is such a powerful practice for me. It is meditation, it is connection to myself, and it is a time apart from the world and all the world's needs that I honour every day. It is my meditation practice. So I have a free journaling guide for anyone who would like it. I will link to that in the comments. It's basically 5 steps that I've followed to keep a daily journal. Because as writers, we are creative beings, and all creative artists and writers, anyone in tune with the creative self, knows how powerful imagination is and how powerful and important it is to connect to that imaginative self that brings things into being through visualizing and imagining them, constructing a new reality and slipping into that dimension where we are just pure spirit and consciousness of what we want. So that brings me to the practice and the prompt, the question that I have been asking myself each morning over the last year, and has transformed so much of my experience of life. It has helped me move through troubles and trials a lot quicker. It has helped me to heal and move on from general dilemmas and stresses and things that used to knock me back a lot quicker. And it's come from working through A Course in Miracles every morning as part of my journaling practice. I've also been rereading all of Dr. David Hawkins' books on the map of consciousness. He's just so helpful. But here's the question that I would ask myself, and I actually wrote it down and blue tacked it to the wall beside my bed so I would remember in the morning. I would ask myself, once I had my coffee, I had my journal in front of me, I would say, what do I want? Because by tuning into what I want, what I truly desire, that means that I'm not going through that cog, that backwards historical process of chronicling all the things I might have done wrong, or all my critiques of how I behaved yesterday, or things that are troubling me. These are important to get down and to express on the page, but keeping your mind and your heart future focused is really important. So just that question, what do I want? And then not necessarily why do I want it? Because I tried that for a little while and that was actually getting me a bit stressed, because then I was starting to separate myself from the thing, whether it is to be better from an illness, or to solve a financial problem, or to have a neighbor or car problem solved, rather than why do I want it. The question that I would then ask is, how is it going to feel? And this is really key, because feelings and emotions, rather than thoughts, feelings are very magnetic. Feelings are so powerful. Feelings are the key to our higher self and our higher consciousness. And if you can tap into that feeling, that's the truth of what you actually want, okay? So you might say, okay, what do I want? And your immediate answer is, I want to make 5 new sales in my business this month. Okay, that's very specific and that's great. But then if you are constantly focusing on the way that looks, then you might miss all these other magical ways that could appear, or what's actually happening in your energy. And so by focusing on how it feels, so why do you want it is sometimes a key to how that's going to feel. So you'd say, okay, 5 new sales in my business, because that's going to feel flowing, abundant, aligned, like I'm on the right track, validating, of service. I'm connecting with people. It's thrilling me to see my work being received in this way. So you're focusing on the way that it's going to feel. And for me, that just shifts me from this problem perspective of separating myself from what I'm trying to achieve, to immediately flipping into that, how's that going to feel? And then throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, as I'm focusing on what I want, which is it just in itself, if you only asked yourself what you want, you would shift so many things. So shifting from what do I want, and then how is it going to feel? rather than look, how is that going to look? That's going to look like 5 sales from this place, or my neighbor saying this to me, or the lawyer coming back with this response. Cut all of that out and go straight to the level of consciousness and the frequency of what you're after. And you do that by focusing on the emotion and the feeling. How is it going to feel? And then all you need to do for the rest of the day is to come back to that feeling. Okay, what will make me feel that way today? That way you're already there and you're collapsing time around it, and you're shifting into the dimension where it's already happening. So I hope that makes sense, but it's a really powerful thing I've found, because as a writer, I know that we are very creative and we use our imaginations, but we also can get very stuck in our thought processes and mental processes and that cognitive processing of events and chronicling everything on the page. That's why I wanted to share this with you, because I believe that journaling every day like this, as a creative, as a writer, regardless of if you want to get published or not, regardless of your business or professional goals, is actually a really empowering spiritual practice. And that's just a couple of things that have helped me in my journaling practice. So if you would like to download the free guide that I have to how I've kept a daily journal, my 5-step process, I'll link to that below this video. But if you keep a journal already and you love your practice, I'd love to know how you go trying that little shift. So what do I want and how's it going to feel? And then really focusing on that feeling, and how can you feel that way today? How can you feel that way now? What brings that feeling into your life, regardless of the superficial or the material events and reality? Because we are really powerful beings. We are spiritual beings, and science is finally catching up to all this energy stuff. And the imagination, and this is why artists have known this for forever, that everything starts in the imagination. And with writing particularly, it goes from thought to form to written to finished book, and that all started from nowhere. So you are a powerful being, and this is something that I hope helps you as much as it has helped me.